The creaking floorboards welcomed us as we stepped into the old Victorian house that had been Derek's childhood home. I marveled at the vintage charm, the worn wooden staircase, the cozy fireplace, and the scent of nostalgia that permeated each room. David and Sarah, Derek's parents, stood in the doorway, their eyes reflecting both joy and sorrow. "Welcome home, Zoe," Sarah said, her smile masking the grief that lingered beneath the surface. "Make yourself comfortable, dear," added David, his voice carrying the weight of years gone by. "This house has seen its share of both tears and laughter, but it's a place filled with love." In those first weeks, the family home transformed into a sanctuary. Sarah shared tales of Derek's mischievous childhood escapades, while David guided me through the family photo albums, each snapshot capturing moments of love, growth, and connection. The family home became more than just walls and ceilings. It became a living, breathing testament to the ties that bound us together. One evening, as we gathered around the dining table, the flickering candlelight casting shadows on the worn-out wallpaper, Sarah's eyes sparkled with reminiscence. "This place witnessed your Derek taking his first steps," she said, her voice tinged with a mix of melancholy and pride. "And now it'll be here to embrace the footsteps of a new generation." David nodded in agreement, raising his glass, "To new beginnings and the echoes of the past that guide us forward." The words hung in the air, weaving a tapestry of shared memories and unspoken understanding. The family home, with its time-worn charm, became a silent confidant to our joys and sorrows, a witness to the cyclical nature of life. "I never thought I'd find such solace in these walls," I confessed to Sarah one quiet evening in the dimly lit living room. "This house has seen love endure and blossom, even in the face of loss," Sarah replied, her gaze fixed on a family portrait from years gone by. "It's a testament to the strength that resides within us all." As we shared our stories and forged new connections within the familiar confines of the family home, it became evident that this place held not just physical shelter, but also the intangible essence of a family united by love. A love that would endure even as time wove its intricate patterns through our lives. The stable period of my pregnancy marked the beginning of a tumultuous journey. Derek's laughter, once a symphony in our home, faded into memories as pancreatic cancer tightened its grip on him. Each passing day brought a cocktail of emotions: fear, helplessness, and an overwhelming sense of loss. As Derek lay in the hospital bed, a pale shadow of his former self, I clung to the hope that medical science and love could defy the odds. "You'll beat this, Derek," I whispered, my hand clasped in his frail one. His weak smile held the weight of unspoken truths. "Zoe, my love, cherish the moments we've had, and the ones you'll create with our child. Life's a tapestry of moments, and I've been blessed with the most beautiful threads." In those fragile moments, with the scent of antiseptic lingering in the air, Derek's parents, David and Sarah, became pillars of strength. Sarah, wiping away a tear, whispered words of solace. "We're a family, Zoe. No matter what comes, we'll face it together." The stable period of my pregnancy mirrored the instability in Derek's health. His laughter, once a symphony in our home, faded into memories as pancreatic cancer tightened its grip on him. Each passing day brought a cocktail of emotions: fear, helplessness, and an overwhelming sense of loss. As Derek lay in the hospital bed, a pale shadow of his former self, I clung to the hope that medical science and love could defy the odds. "You'll beat this, Derek," I whispered, my hand clasped in his frail one. His weak smile held the weight of unspoken truths. "Zoe, my love, cherish the moments we've had, and the ones you'll create with our child. Life's a tapestry of moments, and I've been blessed with the most beautiful threads." In those fragile moments, with the scent of antiseptic lingering in the air, Derek's parents, David and Sarah, became pillars of strength. Sarah, wiping away a tear, whispered words of solace. "We're a family, Zoe. No matter what comes, we'll face it together." In the quiet moments by Derek's bedside, David, his eyes reflecting the pain of a parent witnessing their child's suffering, spoke with a quiet determination. Derek's strength is in you now, Zoe. Let his legacy be a testament to resilience, love, and the enduring spirit of family. Weeks turned into a blur, and on a rainy evening, our son entered the world, a beacon of hope amid the storm. Derek, a mere whisper of a presence, cradled the newborn in his arms. "Our little miracle," he murmured, his eyes reflecting a mixture of joy and sorrow. As Derek's final moments approached, he whispered words that would echo through the corridors of time. "Find happiness, Zoe. Let our son be the compass that guides you to new beginnings." In the wake of Derek's passing, the family home transformed into a cocoon of grief and resilience. Sarah, her eyes mirroring the pain etched on her heart, embraced me. "In every ending, there's a seed of a new beginning, Zoe. We'll navigate this journey together." The arrival of Stella and Ethan, Derek's sister and her husband, cast a looming shadow over the tranquility of our family home. Stella's vivacious charm masked an undercurrent of financial troubles, and Ethan, with a forced smile, seemed burdened by a world of unspoken worries. One evening, as the flickering candlelight illuminated the dining table, Stella broached the subject. "Zoe, we've hit a rough patch," she said, her eyes avoiding direct contact. "A little help would go a long way. After all, we're family, right?" Ethan, playing with his fork, interjected, "Yeah, family helps each other out. It's just a temporary thing." Little did I know, their request for temporary help would unravel into a series of demands and chaos. Days turned into a relentless cycle. Stella and Ethan's presence morphed our once harmonious home into a battlefield. Their conversations became demands, and their laughter an ominous symphony echoing through the halls. One evening, as I prepared dinner, Stella's voice cut through the air. "Zoe, we're running low on cash. Mind lending us some money?" There was an unsettling sense of entitlement in her tone. David, my father-in-law, overheard and intervened, his brow furrowed. "Stella, this isn't sustainable. We need to find a solution that doesn't burden Zoe or compromise the stability of this home." Stella's eyes narrowed, and a fleeting scowl betrayed her frustration. "It's just a temporary setback, Dad. We'll figure it out." The once peaceful family home became a battleground for control. Ethan, with a slight grin, remarked, "You're living here, Zoe, so you better work hard. We're out of work and short on cash. We want to go out for some fun. Lend us some money, will you?" They forcefully took my wallet, their actions leaving a bitter taste of resentment. It was a stark contrast to the love and support Derek's parents had shown. The breaking point came when they took advantage of Sarah's absence during a hospital visit. Stella, her voice dripping with condescension, declared, "You're just a freeloader, Zoe. This is our house too. Get used to it." David, returning home to the chaos, confronted them. "This isn't the way we treat family. We must find a solution that respects everyone's boundaries." Stella, a defiant glint in her eyes, retorted, "We're just down on our luck, Dad. Zoe can afford to help us out. After all, she's got Derek's inheritance." The mention of Derek's inheritance sent a chill down my spine, a stark reminder of the lengths to which Stella and Ethan were willing to go. As tensions escalated, the family home became a battleground of emotions, a place where love and manipulation collided in a struggle for dominance. Stella and Ethan's exploitation reached new heights, transforming the once happy family home into a battleground of emotional turmoil. Their insatiable demands echoed through the halls, leaving scars on the walls and on the hearts of those who once found solace within its walls. One evening, as I returned from work, the atmosphere in the house was thick with tension. Stella lounged on the living room couch, flipping through channels on the television, while Ethan barked orders from the kitchen. "Zoe, where's dinner?" "We've had a long day," he sneered, his eyes fixated on the television. Sarah, witnessing the chaos, approached with concern etched on her face. This isn't what Derek would have wanted, Zoe. We need to find a way to end this turmoil. Stella, overhearing, interrupted with a derisive laugh. Derek's gone, Sarah. It's time to face reality. Zoe owes us for living under our roof. The house, once a haven of warmth, now echoed with bitter disputes. Late one night, as I cradled my son to sleep, Stella's voice seeped through the walls. Zoe's living the easy life, taking advantage of our generosity. She should be grateful. David, unable to ignore the toxicity, confronted Stella and Ethan the next morning. This has to end. We won't let our home become a battleground for your petty disputes. Zoe is family, not a pawn in your game. Ethan, a cynical smile playing on his lips, replied, "We're just asking for what's fair. After all, Derek's inheritance belongs to all of us." The mention of Derek's inheritance fueled the flames of chaos. Sarah, her voice trembling with both anger and sadness, retorted, "Derek's legacy is not a tool for manipulation. It's a testament to love and family." The family home, once a sanctuary, became a battlefield where every interaction held the potential for conflict. Stella, seemingly unfazed, confronted me one day. "You think you can just freeload forever? This is our home too." My patience wearing thin, I stood my ground. I will not let you exploit Derek's legacy or turn this home into a place of resentment. We need to find a resolution that respects everyone. As the clash of wills continued, the family home seemed to absorb the negative energy, its walls witnessing the strain of relationships under siege. The once cozy rooms now harbored shadows of discord, threatening the very fabric of family ties. The decision to escape the turmoil within the family home was a difficult one, but a necessary step for the sake of my son and my own well-being. With Sarah by my side, we clandestinely planned our departure, aware that any hint of our intentions could lead to further chaos. One evening, as the chaos escalated, Sarah and I found a moment of respite in the dimly lit kitchen. The weight of the decision hung in the air as we whispered our concerns. "I can't bear to see this home, filled with memories of Derek, torn apart by their greed," Sarah confessed, her eyes reflecting a mixture of sadness and determination. I nodded in agreement, cradling my son in my arms. I want him to grow up surrounded by love and positivity, not the toxic atmosphere they're creating. The next morning, as Stella and Ethan lingered in their rooms, Sarah and I seized the opportunity to contact a real estate agent. Huddled over the kitchen table, we whispered our plan, the urgency of escape propelling us forward. The real estate agent, understanding the gravity of the situation, assured us of confidentiality. "We'll proceed with the sale discreetly. Your safety is our priority," he reassured, sealing the fate of the family home. As we packed our belongings in secret, Sarah's eyes met mine. "This isn't running away, Zoe. It's taking control of our lives. For Derek's memory and for the future of our son." The day of the move arrived, and we loaded boxes into a rented van under the cover of dawn. The family home, once a sanctuary, now bore witness to our escape, a quiet rebellion against the chaos that had consumed it. Stella and Ethan, oblivious to our actions, were immersed in their own world of demands and disputes. As we left, I couldn't help but overhear Stella's indignant voice from the living room. "Where's Zoe? What's going on?" David, stepping forward with a stoic expression, replied, "Zoe is no longer under your thumb. We won't let this home crumble under the weight of your demands." Our escape, though necessary, left a trail of uncertainty and apprehension. The family home, now devoid of our presence, stood witness to a void left by our departure. Yet with each passing mile, the weight on our shoulders lifted, and the prospect of a new beginning emerged on the horizon. The decision to sell the family home was a quiet rebellion against the chaos that had gripped its walls. With the help of a discreet real estate agent, Sarah and I embarked on a mission to reclaim control of our lives and create a new beginning for my son and me. One evening, huddled around the kitchen table with the real estate agent, the scent of coffee lingering in the air, Sarah voiced our concerns. This has to be discreet. We can't let Stella and Ethan catch wind of our plans. The chaos has to end. The real estate agent, a beacon of assurance in our tumultuous journey, nodded in understanding. I'll handle the sale with utmost confidentiality. Your safety is my priority. As the process of selling the family home unfolded, Sarah and I treaded softly, avoiding any semblance of suspicion. Late-night conversations became our sanctuary, strategizing our departure with the precision of covert operations. The day of the move arrived, shrouded in the pre-dawn darkness. With every carefully packed box, the weight of our decision lifted. Sarah's eyes met mine, determination gleaming in the dim light. This is our chance, Zoe. A chance for peace and a future unburdened by their demands. David, aware of our plans, approached as we loaded the last of our belongings. You're doing the right thing, Zoe. Our home shouldn't be a battlefield. Find the happiness that Derek would want for you. The real estate agent, having finalized the sale discreetly, handed me the keys to our new beginning. Wishing you a life filled with joy and tranquility, he said, offering a reassuring smile. As we drove away from the family home, the sun peeking over the horizon, a sense of liberation enveloped us. The real estate agent's words echoed in my mind, joy and tranquility. It was a promise I intended to keep. Stella's voice, indignant and shrill, reached us even as we pulled away. What's going on? Where's Zoe? David, standing resolute on the porch, replied, Zoe is no longer under your thumb. This home deserves peace, not the chaos you've created. Our secret departure, though laden with the bittersweet residue of memories, marked the beginning of a new chapter. The family home, now under new ownership, seemed to exhale a sigh of relief, free from the turmoil that had consumed it for far too long. Free from the clutches of chaos, Sarah and I embarked on a journey to rebuild our lives in a new environment. The echoes of the family home's turmoil gradually faded as we sought happiness, tranquility, and a future unencumbered by the shadows of the past. In our new apartment, the walls seemed to breathe with a sense of freedom. Sarah, arranging a bouquet of fresh flowers on the kitchen table, looked at me with a smile. This is our chance to start anew, Zoe. Let's create a home filled with love and laughter. The pursuit of happiness led us to a daycare for my son, a place where his laughter echoed through the halls, a stark contrast to the turbulent atmosphere he had known. As I immersed myself in the job search, Sarah took on the role of caretaker, her nurturing spirit bringing a sense of stability to our lives. One evening, as we unpacked boxes, Sarah touched my shoulder, her eyes filled with a mixture of pride and affection. You've handled this with such grace, Zoe. Derek would be proud of the strength you've shown. Encouraged by Sarah's words, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. The search for a job became a journey of self-discovery and resilience, each rejection letter only fueling my determination to create a stable future for my son. As our days filled with the mundane tasks of everyday life, Sarah and I found solace in shared moments of joy. The pursuit of happiness, though challenging, became a beacon guiding us through the storm. One day, as I returned from a job interview, Sarah handed me a letter. This came for you today, she said, a glimmer of excitement in her eyes. Opening the letter, I read the words with disbelief. I got the job, I exclaimed, tears of relief streaming down my face. Sarah enveloped me in a warm embrace. See, Zoe? The pursuit of happiness is already paying off. Our future is bright. As we settled into our newfound routine, the contrast between our current life and the tumultuous past became more pronounced. Sarah, sipping tea in the living room, spoke with a contented smile. This is what life should be, filled with simple joys and the promise of better days. The pursuit of happiness, once a distant dream, unfolded in the mundane beauty of everyday life. My son's laughter, the smell of home-cooked meals, and the warmth of shared moments with Sarah transformed our apartment into a haven of healing and growth. In the quiet moments of reflection, I couldn't help but feel gratitude for the chance to rewrite our story, to mold a future where happiness reigned supreme, and the scars of the past became stepping stones toward a brighter tomorrow. The tranquility of our new life was shattered when news of Stella and Ethan's return reached us. The mere mention of their names resurrected memories of exploitation and chaos, threatening the fragile peace we had worked so hard to cultivate. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a knock on the door sent a shiver down my spine. Sarah, her eyes reflecting concern, whispered, "Zoe, they're back." Stella's voice, once again infiltrating our sanctuary, filled the air with tension. "Zoe, open the door. We need to talk." Reluctantly, I opened the door to confront the ghosts of the past. Stella, her eyes devoid of remorse, met my gaze with an air of entitlement. "We're family, Zoe. We have a right to be here." Ethan, standing beside her, added with a smirk, "You thought you could escape us forever, huh?" Sarah, sensing the impending storm, stepped forward with a stern expression. "This is Zoe's home, and you're not welcome here. We've moved on from the chaos you brought into our lives." Stella, undeterred, glanced around the apartment with disdain. "You've got a job now, Zoe. Must be rolling in money. We could use some financial help." The unwelcome return of Stella and Ethan threatened to dismantle the peace we had fought so hard to achieve. As Sarah and I stood firm, the echoes of their demands reverberated through the walls, stirring memories of a time we hoped was long behind us. Days turned into a relentless cycle of unwanted visits and persistent demands. One evening, as I attempted to close the door on their intrusion, Stella's voice cut through the air. "You can't keep us out forever, Zoe. We're family, like it or not." Sarah, her patience waning, responded with a firm tone. "Family doesn't exploit and manipulate. You've lost the right to call yourself family." The unwelcome return became a test of our resilience, a battle to protect the newfound happiness we had built. As Stella and Ethan persisted in their demands, I found strength in the support of Sarah and the determination to shield my son from the toxicity that threatened to seep back into our lives. The apartment, once a haven of healing, became a battleground once more. A battleground where the pursuit of happiness faced its fiercest test. Amidst the storm stirred by Stella and Ethan's unwelcome return, a glimmer of gratitude and repayment emerged, a testament to the strength of the bonds forged in the face of adversity. One day, as Sarah and I navigated the challenges posed by Stella and Ethan, a familiar face appeared at our doorstep. It was David, my father-in-law, with a solemn expression. "I've heard about what's happening. I can't apologize enough for their behavior. They've lost their way." Sarah, her eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and understanding, responded, "It's not your fault, David. We appreciate your support." David, a sense of determination in his gaze, spoke with sincerity. "I'll talk to them, try to make them see reason. This is not what Derek would have wanted for his family." As David confronted Stella and Ethan, attempting to quell the chaos they had unleashed, Sarah and I seized the opportunity to reinforce the boundaries we had established in our new life. The echoes of their demands were met with unwavering resistance. One evening, as Stella persisted with her pleas for financial assistance, Sarah interjected with a stern tone. "Zoe has worked hard to create a stable life for her son. We won't let you jeopardize that." Stella, her defiance unyielding, retorted, "You can't shut us out forever. We're family." Sarah's response held a quiet strength. "Family supports and uplifts. You've shown none of that." As the days unfolded, Stella and Ethan's unwelcome presence became more sporadic. It seemed David's intervention had sown the seeds of introspection in their minds. One day, as the apartment basked in the soft glow of evening, David returned with a different energy, a sense of resolution. "I've had a long talk with Stella and Ethan. They realize the error of their ways. It's time for them to find their own path." Sarah, her eyes reflecting a mixture of relief and gratitude, replied, "Thank you, David. We just want to live our lives in peace." David, a glint of sadness in his eyes, expressed a sentiment that resonated with the essence of our journey. Derek would have wanted this for all of you, for Zoe, for his son, and for the family he loved so dearly. In the wake of Stella and Ethan's departure, a sense of gratitude permeated our home. Sarah, as she often did, brewed a pot of tea and looked at me with a smile. "We've weathered the storm, Zoe. Now let's focus on building the life we deserve." The chapter of gratitude and repayment unfolded as a quiet acknowledgement of the resilience within our hearts. In the absence of chaos, the pursuit of happiness resumed its course, guided by the warmth of newfound family bonds and the echoes of Derek's enduring love.